Hey, it's Friday evening, working on the bumper again and getting the garage sort of straightened up so we're ready to go for tomorrow. But, the other evening we made these support tubes and then found out I needed to have a clearance hole for the bumper access. Got them pretty close and tacked them in, but as soon as I tacked them in, I realized I didn't take the time to keep the top of this tube in the same plane as this. So that's 4.7. And that's 0.3, and functionally it doesn't matter, but it bothers me. So this one's not quite as bad, but we're gonna cut those out and redo it. I think I need to notch it a little bit more before I try to go back in there. So we'll make it right and then move on to coping that lower tube. So hey, this is a good example of, this isn't my day job, obviously. So, got kids and everything. We push pretty hard throughout the week and then trying to squeeze this stuff in. And I constantly have to remind myself to sort of slow the pace down, make sure I'm actually happy with what I'm doing, and, remind myself I'm doing this for fun. So, yeah, take my time, enjoy it, get it right. Alright, so we got to set up for the first notch. The V is going to be quite a bit tighter than I thought, so this is just the very first step. And that piece will probably be good for somewhere else on the bumper. Chamfering helped, but I still need to remove on the areas that I went last go around. Could use the slitting wheel, but I'm going to take my time, keep using the grinder. So we took a little bit off that passenger side. Alright, so you can kind of see how the test fit's going. Pretty close. It's a little bigger on the back. I hope I can get you in there. But at this point, a few more test fits and I think it's going to be close enough to grind. I'm still having to clamp it a little bit to bring it up here, so I feel like as I cope this more and get this to fit better, it'll work the whole way across. But pretty happy with it. Alright, it is getting close to quitting time here on Saturday. Had a picnic in between there, so didn't work all day, but got all the tubes fit. Not all the tubes. I got these tubes fit and figure I'm going to be throwing a lot of heat into it, so I went ahead and welded up this section before I do any of the other little supports. So, not the best welding I've ever done, but for a bumper, Could be a lot worse. Didn't clean anything up yet. So, is everything welded pretty decent. Tried to keep everything clean. So, give you an idea. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and make some sort of braces to go between here to make this rigid, and then there'll be some sheet metal that gets dimple dyed and put in between, and then there'll be a stringer that comes. We'll cut these to length, and then it'll come into the unibody support. So yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. The other thing I'm thinking about, I don't have all the parts for a tire swing out now, but I do have one made for my van from, I think it's Rough Stuff, and it works really well. So I'm probably gonna figure out how to put a provision in over here, so that way when I'm ready to make the tire swing out, I don't have any major modifications to make to this. Okay, so just made 2 plates to cap off the ends of the 2x6 channel. I'm gonna get that tacked in and then burn in. Alright, so I got those capped off. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put D-ring mounting points on there or not yet. Everything I use is soft shackles, so I have to make that decision yet. But I think up next, I'm gonna make some cover plates for that. Just keep mud and dirt out of the inside of it. Got that all capped in. Up next, I'm gonna notch 2 pieces to go somewhere in here. Try something to see what it looks like. Not really. So to get these tubes in here, I should have had them before I put this bottom bar in, but didn't think ahead. So I had to go a little bit short. So I'm trying to even out the air gap on either side, and then we'll do our best to get the MIG weld in there. At least the MIG weld should lay flat. I don't know that these are really necessary, it's more for visual, so I'm not too worried about it.